What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video I am here to tell you that Rush KAIDO is a top 3 legend. And in today's video we're doing a showcase on bits and bobs in the game and other pieces of content that you guys haven't really seen me use this character in before. So we're going to kick it off with Arena Kawamatsu. This particular character reminds me a hell of a lot of Verse Akainu, and whenever I think Verse Akainu, I immediately think Arena Kawamatsu because it was the arena that was designed for that particular unit. Funny enough, Kawamatsu is a scabbard, so it's kind of like a little bit canon, and it just sort of worked out quite nicely. Now, KAIDO is an absolute demon. He is a beast, he is a boss, he is incredible, he is fantastic, he is magnificent. Any word you want to give this man, give it to him, because he is absolutely insane. And I am a huge fan of this particular character. This is exactly what I wanted in Super Tandem KAIDO when everyone was gassing that unit up about a year and a bit ago. This is the KAIDO we need. This is the KAIDO that we deserve. This KAIDO is so freaking good. First of all, he boosts strength and powerhouse characters by, I believe, 5.75, 6 times if they have a 1 orb. And he does end of turn damage. And then he also removes barriers, applies burn if you hit with a 1-0. And if you take damage, he applies increased damage taken. On top of that, he has 1.5 times HP to powerhouse and strength characters. And he has a Super EX that makes Powerhouse, Super Powerhouse, and Strength, Super Strength, as long as you have 2 of the following characters, being the Beast Pirates, the Toby Ropo, Kanjuro, Orochi, or Big Mom. So, very, very powerful captain. As you guys can see here, very easy to just tear our way through the content, make our way to the final stage, because not only does his captain give 2 turns of cooldown, but his EX gives cooldown as well, which means getting to the final stage with your specials ready to go is very, very easy in stuff like these particular arenas. On top of that, he hits like an absolute truck. He turns Dex orbs into 1 slots, which means that you are getting a lot of very, very powerful orbs. And he has a very, very powerful free-to-play character, being the lead performers, alongside him to activate a Super Tandem, which makes him even more impressive. Besides the lead performers, though, you have a lot of very powerful Beast Pirates or Big Mom characters in the game, shown right here. I've put together a very Beast Pirate-centric team for Ashura Doji to actually take this content down, just sort of showcasing what characters KAIDO has at his disposal to activate that Super EX. Now, the Super EX, whilst isn't the most crucial part of his kit, is still very strong. It's a guaranteed condition of 1.75 additional damage, and then increases that condition by 0.25. If you take damage as KAIDO, he applies a 2 times conditional, so then if you use his EX, it becomes a 2.25. And this is incredibly valuable because not only does it apply 2 times extra damage, but it gives him 1-0 orbs. And when you tap with 1-0 orbs on this character, as you guys can see on this Kawamatsu fight, you actually remove a turn of barriers. Now, as you can see there, we remove 2 turns of barriers thanks to the 2 KAIDOs. We apply a burn mechanic against Kawamatsu, and as you can see, it's very easy to take something out on the next turn when they do apply barriers. Now, I did use the Black Marine support on page 1 here. Most of this content is no store, but I just wanted to really include like as many Beast Pirates as I possibly could. Could have thrown on like Who's Who, just as random support just cause and stuff like that too, but it just seemed to work quite nicely. But that ability to remove barriers is so understated. It is something that a lot of people are going to look over in the future. Applying the burn is nice, but obviously burn is the back end of damage. And the new Big Mom can obviously already do that, but the ability to apply increased damage taken when getting hit, and then also removing barriers with hitting with 1 orbs is just, it's so damn strong. On top of that, KAIDO's special gives a 3 times conditional boost, 2.75 condition if you're not the captain, but a 3 times conditional boost against increased damage taken. Remember, as a captain, he can always apply this. If you take damage, it's going to go through immunity and he will apply it. If you use the Super EX, it goes through full immunity and he just applies it. And then that way you get a 3 times conditional boost to this particular condition of additional damage, which literally doubles your damage already, which is just disgusting. So not only are you doubling your damage, you're getting 3 times your attack towards that. So you're just getting so much damage output. And you guys saw how good Super Tandem KAIDO was when he was actually getting all this ability off. Now, with this particular Rush KAIDO, you're getting it off with ease if this guy's a captain. On top of that, he's an orb booster for the team as well, and as you guys can see with the lead performers, you can actually get access to a Super Tandem as well, which they can remove 1 orbs with Tandem to actually allow you to apply that. Honestly, that's the biggest downside to this unit. KAIDO doesn't really have that many good Super Tandem options, but he is a rush option and a very, very good rush character as in general. very much like Sanji, if you tap either second or third, Sanji was first, but this unit is second or third, you apply the rush mechanic, which means the rest of your team gets a huge buff. Now, this rush is going to show incredibly valuable in stuff like Kazuna and Super Boss Kazuna. Recently, we just had Super Boss Yamato, which is this particular clip right here, and taking on the Super Boss decks in the future is just going to be an absolute... It's going to be absolute chaos with this particular Kaido. That rush ability, giving attack boost to strength and powerhouse characters, as long as he attacks second or third in the chain, is so incredibly powerful. Now, you guys will see how insane that is when you put him alongside something like Big Mom. Big Mom can trigger the Super Tandem for the lead performance as well. And then when you're attacking stuff like Dex Super Bosses and Quick Super Bosses, tapping in different orders for these three characters, and then building out the rest of your team with different subs, and then having the final tap of Straw Hat Crew, it's just going to go absolutely ballistic. I end up changing this team a little bit towards the back end of Super Boss, because I end up pulling the Momo support. But as you guys will see here, with the Super Tandem moving into the rush mechanic, after hitting third in the chain and seeing how much damage Kaido can actually output here with all of those rush taps, moving into something like X-Drake, Kanjuro, and then into the final tap, you're hitting well over 300 billion with this incredibly powerful mechanic. Whilst his Rush and EX are incredibly powerful, it's not the be-all or end-all to the character. The Rush, as you guys saw, just gives you an absolute absurd amount of damage output, and the EX and his ability to give cooldowns and Wano Orbs is very strong as well. However, just having him as a captain provides so much to the team. And he has so many good hybrid options as well. As you guys saw with Big Mom, that Big Mom, the Super Sugo that came out for the Kid Law Part 2 of the Gear 5 celebration, is going to be his best friend, because that way you can stack the two conditionals. You get the orb boost with Kaido, and you bring an attack boost with like the lead performers, and then that way you have that sort of trifecta going. But you have other very, very good powerhouse characters that work alongside him. Moving into some more finicky content now. This is actually the Grand Voyage at Arlong Park against Luffy, where you need to bring a full powerhouse team and one of every type. Now, with the release of Gear 5 6 Plus, needing one of every type, and the recent Super Boss Kazuna, I actually leveled up my Germa ship, and I thought I would showcase a little bit more of how powerful this ship actually is in this particular piece of content. Now, this is not a walkthrough how-to guide, because there are better teams that can do this a lot easier, but it was really interesting to see that even without Kaido's EX, and even without his rush mechanic, you can do so much damage with this unit. Like, a disgusting amount of damage. Now, the team is very finicky. There's no real replacements for this particular team to operate and for it to work. You do need a level 130 Limit Break Expanded or higher Kaido Friend Captain for this team to actually work at its full potential. As you guys can see, I've just been keeping that Wano Orb on Frankie the entire time. But having that 6 times Captain when you do have a Wano Orb is just so damn powerful. On top of that, his Orb Boost being a 3 times Orb Boost with a Wano Orb is just absurd. Getting a 3 times conditional, which he can just easily pop, is so freaking nice. And as long as you are taking damage, you're going to be applying additional damage for the unit. So Kaido definitely came out of the woodworks as a very interesting character. And honestly, after Super Tandem Kaido, who I'm still not a huge fan of, this particular Kaido, this is it. This is the Kaido that I really like. You have cooldowns, you have end of turn damage, you have applying conditions, you have unique conditions like burn and additional damage, and you have an incredible ability to remove barriers. If I have to give him one flaw, it's that the Beast Pirates and Big Mom isn't exactly the be-all, end-all, because Driven Powerhouse and Powerhouse units haven't really crushed the meta like Free Spirits have. And obviously with Gear 5, he has access to all the Straw Hats, which has a plethora of different units. But look, there are a lot of very good Big Moms in the game. I'm sure we'll probably see a few more Beast Pirates before Wano Arc actually ends, to sort of really make this particular Kaido where he needs to be in terms of disgustingly strong. But as a whole, what this particular character brings to his team is unlike other units in the game, and it's what puts him in the top 3 in my opinion, because characters like Nami, characters like Sanji bring something to their team that no one else really can, and Kaido is one of those units that can really bring a disgusting mechanic, a disgusting power creep, and a very unique ability to the team at the same time. The big downside to this unit, I do believe, is that he doesn't really have any utility in his kit, that doesn't remove stuff like Paralysis, Despair, Blind. However, what he does have is the end of turn damage to getting around Resilience, the barrier removal, which is incredibly strong, and he has the ability to insta-kill as well. As you can see that he can go through normal attacks only and do 1 million fixed damage, which makes this final stage against Luffy very, very possible. The end of turn damage gets around the Resilience. The million damage kills Usopp to get around the damage reduction. As you guys can see there, we are literally tapping with Kaido, and we have 2 units left, and we have enough damage without the EX and without the rush, which is absolutely absurd. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Yeah!